Hey guys, it's Dave Toku here, and I wanted to talk about Kamen episode 6, so let's get started. So in this episode, we get a continuation from last episode where Geiz and Sogo bait Monster Forze, and he became Monster Faiz in the ending. So in the continuation of last episode, he goes back to Fives and gets a sneak attack on both Geiz and ZO, with him using the Gatling Astro Switch and getting them both, causing an explosion, which results in him getting away. So next we get to see them meet up with Tsukuyomi at their house, at Sogo's house, and we get to see him interact with Takumi or Fives. Fives and Sogo go back to Amerigawa High School to protect Karin. So this is the girl from last episode who got thrown off the building and got saved by Monster Forze. So they oversee her or just try to protect her. But in this sense as well, they also get to get some new information on a second person that fits into the category of age 18 and Libra. So this is a girl who's turning 18 this year or this day. So this results on Monster Forze trying to kidnap her and trying to absorb her. So she tries to run away from him, but before he could catch up to her, Karin actually stops him from trying to get the girl, and the girl gets away. But Karin herself gets, let's just say, jumped by another guy named Kosaka. So this guy tries to kill her in a sense, that he says to the Monster Forze to stop with this obsession trying to save her, and this results in him getting beat up and thrown into the ground. Next, we actually get to see that Fives gives Sogo his rider watch, and Sogo initially owns it, but he gives it to Geiz, who he says that this should give you an edge against Monster Fives. Next, we actually get to see about the reasoning why Monster Fives does this to these different girls, and it's a bit obsessive in that he was good friends with Karin in the past, and she got into a car accident where she got killed, and he becomes obsessed. He's enraged, and in that hour, in that time, Hora actually appears and gives him an opportunity to save her, and he agrees to it, and he turns into Monster Fives, which I like that there's a bit of backstory to him. So we get to see Monster Fives absorbing his first initial victim from 2003. So this is his very first victim on the disappearances. So Geiz comes up behind the both of them and states something about the reasoning why he also has Monster Forze. And it's because over the span of 15 years, his power started to dwindle and it started to weaken, and he needed more. So when he saw the battle against Forze and the Zodiarts, Schwartz appears and gives him the power of the Monster Forze that he needed more, and this was his way of getting more. So I like how they also explain Monster Forze and how this guy also has it. So we get the reasoning about why this guy threw Karin off the building. And it wasn't like this was his intention. He was asked to do it by Karin herself. And it was because that Sakuma had an obsession of bringing her or giving life to her. And she just wanted that to end, and that she asked him to kill her and hide her body so that Sakuma doesn't give more life to it, and in resulting doesn't keep attacking different people or innocent girls in a sense for her. So we got to see that Geiz states something bluntly, and that Yamobugi Karin is already dead and she can't be saved at this point. And Hora actually says that he doesn't need to save anything, or he doesn't get to save anything. But Geiz does get to save something, and he gets to save this guy's life. We get to see a really cool transformation by Geiz, and when he transforms into his rider form, he gets jumped by Monster Fives. But it's a really cool scene how he transforms, in that they start trusting into one another, and when Geiz transforms, it's still during the fight, which is so cool. And I think this is one of my favorite transformations in the show, just because of the action in it. So during the fight, Geiz actually dons the Fives armor, which is really, really cool. And that I didn't really like the design before just because of the phones, but it grew on me just because that a lot of stuff from Fives is there, like its plate and some part of old Fives' helmet, which is pretty cool. And it still glows up or glows red in the parts that show red, which is really cool. Next, we actually get to see Sogo protecting a girl from getting absorbed again by Monster Forze. And he transforms and battles him. And he transforms into the Forze armor, which is really cool, and that Karen actually gives a little bit of a speech to the guy again, in that she hates the thought of her life being extended for the cost of others, which I really like how selfless she is in the scene. So Fives' rider kick with Geiz is really cool in that it still does like the pointer thing from Fives, which is cool. And when Monster Fives does the rider kick, it radiates like a bunch of energy, but it's all disappears when Geiz's like rider kick initiates onto him, which is really cool. And in the end of the episode, it's really cool in that we get to see a tease for Haruto, and that donuts are being placed on the table, and like his hand come from like the spell try to get one, which is really cool, and that how they teased him.